Hello, folks. Welcome to the Market. I'm here at the end of the day, taking all through my trades today. Couple of losses, couple of wins, one loss. So an okay day. Just bring up my futures account. That had a really great day. Caught a really nice trade in the New York Open session. So and with a couple of couple of minis. So really big size. Well, for me. And a good trade as well. So let's just get into it. My first trade of the day in London session was a very simple one. We were making new highs. I noted that it was sort of V-shaped recovery, so I only wanted longs at this point. I was not going to take any sells at this in the London session, so that's what I noted in the live stream. So when my session opened, we'd formed this bullish fair value gap, and we had a nice rejection out of it. Good long wick out, mitigating the fair value gap, and got a nice. It wasn't a really good bodied candle, but I thought it was good enough. When price sunk down to this level, I thought I'd got it wrong, but essentially we just pushed into this volume imbalance again and drove upwards for a quick 1-to-1. I think that was around 50 ticks, something like that. So really, it's a small trade, but it was a good trade just to start the day. We had weekly VWAP above, so I was a bit uncertain about taking a long at this point. But because of my rules around London, and when I see these sorts of trades in London or these sorts of market conditions in London, I have rules that I only take longs. So, and like I'm willing to be a bit loose with my trading, so not looking for a good bodied candle out of this. I'm willing to be a bit loose, expecting longs to work out in these sorts of scenarios, and this one did. Obviously, there were better trades earlier, but because I couldn't trade those times, I couldn't really do anything about that. There was this nice consolidation period, which once we broke out of, was just really nice push up. And if I had caught that, I would have been fairly comfortable. Well, it's not my style of trading, so I wouldn't have done it, but I would have felt comfortable holding for around 100 to 200, maybe probably around 300 ticks. Sorry. Usually with these sorts of trades, when you get long consolidation and then a breakout, you can get a lot of. It usually goes quite far. Then for my second trade, it was in New York Open. So unfortunately, I couldn't catch the sell early enough because New York session opened around here. But I noted that we'd got these 3 bullish fair value gaps. We inverted them here. I think we inverted them here and formed multiple order blocks. So I expected a sell early on, but we just didn't push up to a point where I was willing to take a sell from. So I had to wait. Eventually, we swept these lows. And you can also note there's a couple of bullish fair value gaps there as well. And we essentially formed a double bottom here. It's not a perfect one. Like with double bottoms, you want it a bit nicer setup than this, but I felt fairly comfortable with this because we'd had a good push out. What is that? 30 points, and then a nice candle. You can see the rejection candle, the long wick. Doesn't close at the highs, but that's fine. You can see that it's pushing upwards. So I took it on a pullback. I didn't take it on the Bullinox account. I took it on the MyFundedFutures account, and with big size, like I said. So once it pulled back to 125 ticks stop, I entered there and just rode it for around 100 ticks. So I think I held it for a bit shorter than that, and I took another couple of trades to push it up to 900. So maybe I held it for around 80 ticks, and then I had another few smaller trades throughout the day where I won and I lost, but eventually made another couple of hundred with that account. And that account finished up 1,000, so currently sitting on 1,760. So that's nice. That's going well. I think I've got 2 weeks until it resets, or it rebuilds. So hopefully I can get past in that time. But I'm not going to push it too hard, because when I do that on the 1 minute, it goes it goes well for a few days, and then it goes very, very badly for one day, and it just wipes me out. So I'm just going to be a bit more patient than I have been even now. So maybe looking for a bit less, but continuing to push to get past in the next couple of weeks. So yeah, that was the second trade of the day, double bottom. I also noted that I wasn't willing to take it on my Bullocks account, even though I hadn't taken a trade. I don't like going against trades that I've already taken, essentially. So when I've taken a trade, I expect it to go to 2R or 3R, something like that. And so I wasn't willing to go against my trade, but I essentially saw that we'd come into this low here, which is it's essentially the low created between 8:30 and 9 o'clock, and we got a nice rejection out of that. So I was willing, or I noted that this would be a good trade, or like an acceptable trade if I hadn't taken the long. So we rejected it nicely, formed a rejection candle out of these bearish fair value gaps. So it would have been a pullback to around 100 tick stop at this high, and then it would have gone to the take profit as well, and further actually. But that's just something that I noted when I was streaming. My third trade was one of those annoying ones, So price, I was looking for essentially a breakout, pullback, and then continuation. So we'd pull back to essentially the closing price of yesterday's closing price and double bottom out of there. So I was expecting price to continue to push higher. So we'd had these little order blocks that we push out of, come back into, and then push out of again. So I was expecting that to happen again here, but unfortunately I was caught at the exact wrong time wrong time to take it, and that was so essentially it got me in, almost took me out. It missed me by a couple of ticks right here. Must be a couple of ticks, can't be much more than that. Then pushed up, almost hit my take profit. I think it was around 5 ticks away, and then just dropped and stopped me out. So that was a little bit frustrating. It's more frustrating that I'm down on this account, because I should have taken that trade, this New York Open trade, so the double bottom. I should have taken it on my Bullocks account as well. It's my main account. It's my streaming account. It's something that I should have taken it on this account as well, and then I would be green on the day. But I didn't, and it's a little bit frustrating. But it's not a huge loss today, so that's kind of okay. I do want to start pushing this Bullocks account up a bit, but because Bullocks is fairly cheap fairly cheap eval at around $17, I don't mind it taking a bit longer. I just want to do it right, I guess. Do it the way I would try to pass evals, essentially. I would pass get to payouts, essentially. So if I can do that, even if it takes a bit longer, I'm kind of fine with it. So I'm sitting around break even right now, 50,000. It's around there, $80 less than that. So that's okay for now. But hopefully I can push it in the next few weeks. So that's everything for me today. Down $62 on Bullocks account, up 1,000 on MyFundedFutures. I don't think the figure really matters all that much. The like $1,000 on the eval, it's not relevant. It's not real money. It's just me using bigger size and getting the right move. It's not. I don't think that should be considered particularly special. I would never do that on a funded account until I was getting a lot of payouts, I suppose. So I would never do what I was doing on MyFundedFutures eval until I had gotten that I was well above break even. I was consistently profitable. Then I would use that sort of size and push it as hard as I'm doing right now. But so I don't think that's particularly relevant right now, the amount that I made today. But it's just nice that I did have some profits today, and I am pushing towards getting it funded. But yeah, that's all for me today. A good day, mostly a good day, I would say. I'm not too fussed about the last losing trade. It was a trade that I had to take, and the only slight disappointment is I didn't catch the New York Open trade on my Bullinox account, but it's a small thing. But yeah, that's all for me today. Hope you had a good day. Hope you made some profits. Really difficult market, really choppy, just ranging. So hope you all did well. See you in the next one. Bye.